But again, as I mentioned to somebody yesterday, I have to keep working because I know once I retire, I'm not going to be able to afford my Scratchboards.
Just buy a whole bunch, keep buying.
I said I have to start stockpiling. That's a lot of places are having to back order from what I've heard.
I think they've called up for a while.
Really? Are they?
Yeah, they are right now.
The other basic colors besides raw sienna, burnt umber, acrylic, which I'll calmly fan myself while it dries, that I use on here with ampersand inks. I will use a little bit of their carmine, fuchsia, red, pink ink, which makes wonderful violets. And they're yellow.
Do you ever use white?
I haven't so far.
To lighten colors when you're,
No, I just thin it.
let the boards work for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I treat it more like a piece of watercolor paper and let the white of the board be the white. Although, as I said, with this one that I'm doing with the white cat, I probably will use some very thin white acrylic for the highlights.
When the earth member was asking about using some white in regard of how to get a light blue for his McCalls, or was asking if anybody ever used white inks or how to get a light blue.
The only reason I haven't is that white is opaque. You know, and almost all of our colors are translucent. Now that is taking that back a little bit too much, so I'm going to have to let her face dry. Then I'll go in with my ink tints and put in the subtle, I'll make her cheeks pretty red and add a little bit more color on her breast and leg. And then once this dries, I will re-scratch the highlight and add another layer of everything, which is why it ends up looking pretty golden, is basically it's from the raw umber. And I think FW has a raw umber ink, but it's not carried open stock in the art stores close to me, so I'd have to order it.
As well as your mix here.
Okay, raw umber. First I used a raw sienna watercolor underneath it. Raw umber acrylic. Then for the ampersand, I just used the yellow and the red. Eventually I mix a tiny bit of the sepia, but trying to get a tiny bit of that sepia, it's so intense, is difficult. It's way too yellow. I can see that in this light. So I take it down and let it dry. Now, the one other thing I want to show before I run y'all out of tape is very sparingly I will use If you hold it to the light, you can see on the unicorn in the background and the hair and wings of the fairy, I added some Winsor Newton iridescent watercolor medium. You can lay it on top. When you lay it on top of the mix, it's too crafty. It's just too much. But when you mix a little bit in with the color, it's...
What does that mean to you?
Hold this to light over there and look at the mane on the unicorn and the hair and wings on the fairy.
Okay.
It's, I can't think of any other word except iridescent. Yeah. There I go again. I shook this morning, forgetting to tighten the cap first. As somebody reminds me frequently, I have a problem with closure. That's okay. If I'm calling. I'll mix it in a little bit with the fuchsia, very watered down, and add a little bit. I guess this fairy's going to have fuchsia wings. But it really lays up on the surface when you first use it. So you have to leave this board flat when it dries. I may, after I do all these, the reason I'm laughing is I just remembered this was not the board I meant to show this to you on. Oh well, it'll work. Anyway, in on the flowers, I may add just a few little touches of the medium.
So do you have the medium in the ink right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you just use that to dilute the ink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I used water also because I don't want bright color at this level. Okay. And where I will probably use that is on this little sucker with very little color. The unicorn, the body is going to remain pretty much just white. I may tint it with just a little bit of very faint yellow. But on the mane and the tail and the horn, I will add a little bit of the iridescent watercolor medium. And that is all I have to offer today. If anybody has any other questions, holler. And if not, enjoy yourself. Thank you.